How about this? An all-wheel drive camper van that can take you anywhere, has an incredibly powerful engine, and looks like this. It's right here. It's the Thor Motor Coach Talavera 1910. We are talking with Vice President of Product Development, John Kreider. John, the last time we did a video with a van, it was nothing like this.
It was nothing like this, Steve.
This is awesome.
Well, you know, when we say camper van, we mean adventure van. And so, you know, our whole entire mindset here is we are a luxury van company with a pop of ruggedness. And so when we say that, this transit trail right here, you know, exemplifies that.
This ain't camping, Sally, because this thing is unbelievable. The powertrain, first of all, talk about what Ford did with the transit trail, because I love just the engine alone, but then you add in the lift and the wider track and the tires. So kind of walk us through what we have here.
Yeah, well, you know, you're such a big fan of the Ford powertrain.
I am. I really am.
You know, whether you're talking about our cutaways, you know, on the Gemini and Compass, or you're just talking about vans here, I know you've always been a big fan because, you know, it's got a lot of horsepower, a lot of torque. You know, the transmission is great, but this gives us one step further. Okay, so this is actually going to take us, you got a 3.5-inch lift kit on this. Comes directly from Ford, covers under warranty, everything like that. It's got its own specialized tires that come with it that are Goodyear Wranglers. It's got its own specialized blacked out wheels, and you can see how cool these things look.
I think these are 30 inches too. The 75s on the 16s, I think those are 30-inch tires, which is massive on a van like this.
Yeah, and you know, it really gives you that stance that you can tell that this is not just made for the road, right? It's made to go other places than just on the concrete.
Yeah, and they widen the track by close to 3 inches too.
I think so, yeah. So they widen the track, and then obviously, you know, it's got the all-wheel drive system on it already, so you've already got that going for you. And then I believe they've modified some of the programming as far as the different modes go, because you know, you have the snow mode, sand mode, you know, that kind of thing. And then of course, you know, you got some cool stuff like you know, these slider bars that are here, right? So you know, those are big and they're brawny, but also, you know, they licked apart to go with everything else on there, and they actually protect it too. So if you are, you know, most likely we don't think that you're gonna, you know, do some, you know, hardcore rock crawling in your van.
Well, I haven't told you what I got planned for this after the show.
Well, that's the good thing about us, Steve, is that we can bring these back and have them fixed if we have a little bit of a problem.
And everything is tucked. I looked under it. It's like everything is tucked up out of the way, so you do have a nice amount of ground clearance.
Yeah, and that's a nice thing too, especially since, you know, this has got our, you know, reliable lithium kit on it. So the great thing about that is that everything is up. There's no generator hanging down. There's nothing hanging down. You know, the tanks aren't exposed. So all that is out of the way. So when you are going off-road, you're not having to worry about something being ripped off the bottom.
But while we're talking lithium, I know it looks like we got a new controller here. What is this one equipped with? Because I know different vans have different systems.
Yeah, so in this particular one, the way that we've decked this out is it's got the unhooded alternator. Okay, so that's a 170 amp Bolmar alternator. On top of that, because this is a gas engine, this also has an auto start function.
Okay.
So that way, it kind of works like the auto generator start does when we have our traditional RVs with generator start, where when the battery voltage gets low enough and you get a stated discharge on the lithium batteries that goes below a certain amount, you can have it set up where it'll automatically turn the engine on and then use that dedicated alternator that's underneath the hood and just charge those batteries back up. So you're getting that nice push of electricity going into those batteries. And of course, this has got 4 of the Rely-On batteries, which are the heated batteries. Okay. And once again, they're all tucked away inside of the coach here, and so you don't have to worry about those being exposed outside. And of course, they've got heat elements in it, so you don't have to worry about if it's hot or if it's cold outside. And then, as you said, as you were looking at some stuff there, it also has a Victron
the new control
module.
panel,
Yeah, so you've got a Victron control module here, and this is actually the shunt that goes to it.
Okay.
And with the Victron shunt here, we can actually read what the state of charge is on the batteries. Okay. And when we do that, this is what sends the signal to that auto start. It tells the engine, hey, let's start up and let's charge the batteries for a while.
And as it comes to charging the batteries, I know they're going to get a little bit of a charge from the solar panels too, right?
Yeah, so you get a 200-watt solar panel that's up on top. So, you know, when it's nice and sunny outside, you're getting, you know, somewhere between 9 and 11 amps of charge that's coming into the batteries. And then, of course, as you drive down the road, that extra alternator underneath the hood, that's going to be charging the batteries. And then, of course, you always have the shoreline also. So whether you want to plug into somebody that maybe has another RV in the campground, you want to plug into their generator on their vehicle, or you know, if you're just at your house or somewhere else where you want to plug in, you have that option.
Well, the nice thing is having the lithium setup on here is you can go off grid, which is what this van is designed for than not have to worry about, oh, I don't have access to shore power for the night. You're going to be fine whether you're dry camping or boondocking out on Bureau of Land Management, wherever you are. So a great power plant, and this is a great look. It's a great floor plan. So let's kind of walk around the design. And I like how we just have kind of accommodated just everything here with the flip out table and the speaker and the screen doors.
Yeah, so I mean, it's all set up. You know, this is a true camp-ready thing. This isn't like you have to, you know, figure out what you're going to bring or not going to bring. You know, it's got a full bath, it's got a full water system, it's got a full electrical system, and then of course this has got the induction cooktop on it.
Well, what I like about that is it's portable. So it's great that you can just, you know, day like today, you're going to be outside, so you just set it out on the table and you're good to go.
So I mean, when you flip this down right about here, you know, you just hand your little portable cooktop right out here, and then we got a plug that's in here, so now you can put it down there. You can be cooking outside here, right? So, and the way that the screen door is set up is that you can still have this table down and use everything, even when the screen door's down, so the bugs aren't coming in while you're doing cooking.
And you don't want that, but a lot of good ventilation here because we do have the screen, the windows open, seating area makes into a bed. Large countertop, rear wet bath, cassette toilet, 12-volt fridge, microwave, AC, storage galore on this thing inside. It's all decked out, ready for adventure.
Yeah, you know, you've got USB plugs that are in here, so you can charge phones. Also, you know, if you look here, this has also got a new shade system that we're using, which is called the Encompass shade system. So you can see there that it pulls down, and you can see it's got a pleated shade, but it's real slimline and real low, and so it doesn't stick out as far, so you get better headroom when you're sitting back there.
That's actually very, very nice.
And then, of course, as you kind of walk by there, you know, we've got our adjustable table here, so the table can swing around. And then, of course, you can move the captain's chairs around, and you can actually access that. So you've got some table right there, coffee in the morning.
They swivel around. These are swivel seats.
These are swivel seats, correct.
Okay. Tom, let's head outside, walk around the rest of the exterior here, because there are some more features out here. Towing on this would be, off the top of my head, I don't know.
I believe this is. I think this is installed with a 3,500 pound hitch. Yeah. So, you know, and of course, you know, towing is always, you know, the difference between GVW.
For this, it would just be like maybe some e-bikes on a hitch or something. Maybe something like that. Yeah.
Yep. A little trailer. You know, taking the kids to college or something like that.
You know, this would have been awesome when I moved in. I could have just stayed in the lot, loaded the stuff, and away we go.
Yeah, but you've got you've got electrical outlets back here, and of course you got the cassette toilet we talked about. So you know it's super easy. So you know if anybody who is ever what is a cassette toilet and how do you use it? Well, it's real simple. You have the toilet. It's got an electric flush on it. When you fill up the toilet tank, you simply just come in here. You just grab this right here, and it's so cool that it's even got a little handle on it, and the little handle here just flips up. You can take that and you just roll that into, you know, the truck stop or the rest stop or whatever, or, you know, if there's a camp toilet or something like that, and you can just dump that out. And then when you're all finished, you just put the thing back in together,
away, and
slide it back in here, and you're ready to go.
Right, and that's the great thing about the cassette toilet is when you're out there in the wilderness, you don't need sewer hookups. You don't need full hookups in this van. We'll walk around over here. We talked about getting everything up and off the ground here. Yeah. We got our sewer hose up on the steel running board. All the connections are here. And we didn't mention our Truma.
Yeah, so we do. We've got the Truma Combi on board, which is really great because obviously it does a really good job with heating not only the water but also the furnace. So it's a combo unit. That's why they call it the Combi. So the thing that we really like about that is it's super quiet, right? So you're really not disturbing nature at all. So when you think about being off the grid and you're out there, what do you want to do? You don't want to leave any tracks behind. You don't want to be disturbing what's going on out there in nature. So we don't want a loud furnace that sounds like a jet engine. We don't want a loud generator that's going to be putting stuff, you know, a lot of noise out there. And then of course, you know, as you use that heating system, you know, it's really intelligent too. So it, you know, heats the water as you need the water heated. Then you've got the furnace side and you've got a bunch of different boost modes and high and low and everything else.
It's got everything you could want. Have you driven this yet? I haven't actually driven this.
I've only driven it for a short test drive, but you know, the thing gets up and moves. It's pretty quick. You know, not only that, you know, a couple of the other things that we did, as you can see with the rock sliders here, we got our sewer hose up above it.
And I like that. That's, again, one of the things where just everything is up off the ground to give you that ground clearance.
Yeah, and it's not in the coach, you know, so it's not
Right.
somewhere where you got to worry about getting underneath the motorhome to try to get to it. So there it is right there, easy to access.
Yeah.
And then as you kind of look up here, as you know, as we're even looking at the cockpit, you know, it's got all the features. It's got all the ADAS stuff. So your lane management, you know, your backup camera. It's got your, you know, pre-collision avoidance,
This traffic sign recognition. Yeah, Ford decked it out. It's even got keyless entry on here, which I haven't seen.
Yeah, so it actually got the touch panel on the outside versus just having the key fob.
Which is really nice. This is a great van. And this is one of 2 floor plans.
Correct. This is the 1910 floor plan, and then we also have the 1920 floor plan. And then, of course, we think this is going to be extremely popular. And, you know, we're looking at a few other floor plans that could be available.
Nice.
So, you know, this is going to be really out in the market later this fall. So this is kind of our first showing of the van to our dealers. And then dealers will start to be able to gain access to inventory probably in that November, December timeframe.
Yep. And then we will put it through its paces and give everybody an in-depth review of how this thing does when we take it off-road. I'm guessing it's going to do tremendous.
Yeah, you know, this is the one time where I'm going to really be excited about an Indiana winter.
Oh, I know. This thing will get you anywhere. It's the Talavera 1910. When you want to build your own or learn more, just keep subscribing to our channel so you have all the information at your fingertips, and build your own at thormotorcoach.com.
If you would like to see sales prices from the only full-line and fully authorized Thor Motor Coach dealership in the world, visit Motorhome Specialist at MHSRV.com or call 800-335-6054. Motorhome Specialist is the #1 volume-selling motorhome dealership in the world, with over $165 million in inventory to choose from, all at one central location, making it easy to fly in from anywhere in the country and then drive your new dream motor coach home. You will also enjoy the premier delivery process that can only be found at MHSRV. From the extensive pre-check and make-ready process to the only dealership performed and fully automated rain booth test in the industry, you'll see a world of difference at Motorhome Specialist. These additional detail and inspection processes are just a few of the countless steps taken here at Motorhome Specialist to help ensure that you not only receive a better selection and price, but also the unparalleled quality and service that you deserve to go along with it. So get busy living in an all-new Thor Motor Coach from Motorhome Specialist today. Why pay more? Why settle for less?